Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om, Hari Om.
Grandma Swami. Pranam Swamiji.
We are now in the 18th chapter, Kashi. Points mentioned at holy places, Ram evokes varied attitudes in the minds of devotees. Went to Kashi. Some of us would have gone, some of us would have heard. We are just now asking us, what does it touch and teach? We go and have a darshan and come back. That is over now. What does it, what stays with us from that? So that nothing becomes, surface level. We go there, we have the darshan, we have the satisfaction, come back. Okay. In my day-to-day life, what happens? So one thing that comes to our mind is, the moment we think about Kashi Vishwanath temple, in childhood days we were taught, in Adi Shankaracharya, to teach us all probably, God enacted a drama there. On those days, even now it is there, this caste system was prevalent, upper caste, lower caste, untouchables. So the so-called untouchable was coming. Shankaracharya was an Orthodox Brahmin. He hails from the Orthodox background. So he said, you leave the place, I will pass. So that farmer asked, to whom you are asking? To the body or to what? So he remembered that incident, and finally he knew it was Kashi Vishwanath himself to remove the trace of that untouchability from his mind and to see the oneness in all. This one comes to our mind. And in good old days, when we go to Kashi, we ourselves can have a dip in the Ganga, take water and do abhishek by ourselves. We can touch the lingam, we can do pradarshana, we can do abhishek. So at that time, whatever we have learned, if nothing is learned, at least we will chant his name, Om Namah Shivaya. saw some shlokas. These were all taught to us, especially when we go to Lord Shiva's temple. This particular shloka, Karacharana Mudam va, Kayajam Karmajam va, Sravana Nainajam va, Manasam Vavaram, Vihitam Abhihitam va, Sarvame Chamasva, Shiva Shiva Karnadye, Sri Mahadevashanko. Karacharana Mudam va, whatever I do with the hands and legs. Kayajam Karmajam va, with my body and through the activities. Sravana Nainajam va, hearing, seeing. If I would have done something that is sinful, I would have committed that. In the course of my life, I would have committed such things. Now, please remove all those things from my mind. Make me pure. Very, very, very touching prayer. That's why we still remember. When we go to a Vishnu temple, we say, Kayena Vacha, Manasindriye Va, Vidhyatmana Va, Prarade Svabhava, Karomi, Yajyate Sakam Parasmai, Srimad Narayanaye Samapaya. So in Indian system, whenever we go to any temple, there are very touching slokas. Shivam, Shivakaram, Shantam, Shivatmanam, Shivottamam, Shivanmakam, Medharam, Ranapaushmim. So like that, whatever we, even this Nirvana Shikam, we used to chant in Shivakaram. So that means the purpose is to touch and when we come back, this sloka will be with us. Even now, our visit to Kashi was in 71, just imagine. 55 years back, 54 years back. But still it is, all these things are fresh. That is the advantage. That is the advantage. That is the palpable advantage, tangible advantage. After that we are not gone. So the Kash at holy places around evokes varied attitudes in the minds of the devotees. And something, the Shiva, that also is there. Then we started associating with Chimya mission in 60s. When Swamiji taught us this Nirvana Shakam, Anobhuti Ahankara Chittani Naham. Nowadays we also remember that Shiva represents not only the form but also the formless. Chidananda Rupam Shivoham Shivo. That particular sloka makes us to know that they won't be carried away only by the Saguna. It exemplifies the Nirguna aspect. Chidananda Rupam Shivoham Shivo. And Shiva is interpreted to us as auspiciousness. All that is auspicious called Shiva. So like that, we were not blessed to have so many such opportunities to touch and feel those what you call sattvic thoughts whenever we remember about a famous temple. Though we were not very much attracted towards the Puranic stories, but still it had its own effect. Even today, when we go to any Shiva temple, automatically these prayers will come. त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुः च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव. He is my father, mother, who is
My father, mother, friend and all.
You are my father. There is a Shivashram there. You are my. It is understood. And he said, those who are assisting you, they are our bandhavas. Very much. Bandhu Shivabhaktanam Deshu Uvenatrayam. And Aditrayam. And by Sachi. Mata Parvati Devi. Mata Parvati Devi. Pita Devi. Aishwara Maheshwara. Bandhu Shivabhaktanam Swadeshu Uvenatrayam. These things are taught to us by mother, father. Because every day evening we used to have a session where all these small slokas, it goes directly into that's why we still remember. So they are
Actually, my mother also used to teach us.
She said her mother also used to teach her. Padma says her mother also used to teach her.
இதெல்லாம் இருந்தது we were all blessed. About all these things have its own effect. Though we have only Shakti Baba's photo, all these things were taught to us. Puja is given to Shakti Baba. But at the same time, everything is taught to us. And each one stays with us. So this is the yesterday day we were telling about Saguna Nirguna. So the moment we remember about a famous temple, all temples does not evoke, agree. But some temples do. Because the consecration must have been done by such a highly evolved soul, or God himself would have done it. Yesterday we saw that. That is why it is still attracting crores and crores and crores of people. So that equanimity in trying moments is a milestone in spiritual progress. Here in Papa's life, he was traveling with this Sadhu Ram. But at one place, the Sadhu Ram decided to go to some other direction. And Papa had absolutely no idea. Papa doesn't plan anything. He is fully guided by how God sends these servants. But he did not know what to do. But he was unaffected, unruffled, equanimity. Possessing things but do not be possessed by them. Before that, this particular sadhu had a lot of that was taken away. Then he was crying like a child. A simple incident. But Papa was able to see, this is another preaching here. Possess things but not be possessed by it. It's a beautiful word. When somebody gives, we possess, not our. But it should not become a possession to me. The moment it becomes a possession, then I get attached to it. Another great lesson from this chapter. As an individual, you may have to possess. As a family person, as a professional person, as a social person, even as an individual, you may have to possess. But don't, in your mind, you don't have to count out, but in your mind, you only feel that you are trusty, that's all. So even if something is taken away, we are not affected. It may be a all talk, but we try to practice. There are many we have seen, not saints, ordinary people. They don't get perturbed at all. If it is there, okay, it's happening. Many. So possess things but do not be possessed by them. And intellectually also it is agreeable because when he came, he did not bring anything, Nothing has been brought. In aphorisms, Papa used to say, nothing is yours. Everything is his. So we have to keep on. We are not telling this to our outsiders. We We are telling this to sadhakas and yogis. We will not blame others when they do that. But here, God chose us to get in touch with the spiritual preceptor, and He made us know all these things. Having come to know this, we should try in our own way to implement it. If somebody outside the circle, if they have not been drawn to a spiritual center, and if he behaves in a different way, then we should not belittle upon them or look down upon them. This is also another lesson for all of us. Outsiders, yes, sorry, they have not been given the dimension by him. But having been given the dimension, if we continue the same thing, then that means we are not living up to that. Seemingly painful experience caused by him are needed for spiritual progress. What was that seemingly? Eh? Ah,
Yeah.
there. Seemingly painful. It's the highest stage. You cannot even imagine that. All the ticket travelers were asked to get down in a particular station, and the ticket examiner was collecting the tickets of the genuine passengers. He made them all to stand behind him, and every now and then when he catches hold of the tuft of the head of the Swami or Sannyasi or the Sadhu, and then he wants to inflict pain to him, so that Sadhu was calm, quiet, not at all responding. And Papa was watching. And the next chapter we can find Papa wanted that place to be. He also would like to enjoy. No, he would not. That's a big lesson. Seemingly painful experience caused by him are needed for spiritual growth. Then we realize later that if these tests are not given, how will I know that I have become less and less body conscious or more and more cosmic consciousness? How will I know? If a mad person or a child, draws us inflicts in, we get offended. What happens then? So that means the otherness is not there. Only when the otherness is there, we put a label. Positive, negative. So now, just because we hear this, they are not going to change. But at least somewhere in the mind it will be there. No? So this chapter touches and gives so many such dimensions. Again, we repeat, this is all meant for the devotees and sadhaka. Ordinary people know they will be reacting, nothing wrong in it. They have been given a different norm. Here we have to take it as a test. Yes, a few years back, one police department, somebody came here. We were not having any register or something like this. Because Mataji said anybody who is coming, they are coming to their own home. So we did not have anything. And then later on we introduced the visitors book, at least to know where they are camping. So one day the police officials came and said, what are the records you are having? He said, we don't have any records. You must have records. You should know who are all coming, who are all going, how many days they spend during their leisure, where did they go, how did they conduct. So we told him this is what Puja Mata is. That is your department. Here it is our department. The statute says you should. Then we said, okay, we will do it. We are not telling that you should be. God has given them there some norms for them to. So we follow. Being a citizen of this country, we are also answerable to the income tax department, foreign contribution department, foreign nationals when they come, we have to. All those things we have religiously observed. Though it is not for that purpose, we came and joined. Swami Padmanabhanji, 10 years back when he came, we were sitting in Saranagudi. At that time he said, Nowadays we are not learning Brahma Vidya, Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita. We are trying to learn what is trust tax, what is income tax, what is foreign contribution act. This is how God has now asked us to do. The whole thing. So we go around. The purpose is the norms are. Let us not jump into the idea that whatever norms we have should be the norms of everybody. So when others react, many sadhus come here. They will ask, not others. They will demand. They will demand. I want this. So our people will not shout back and say, this is none of your business, this is not the place where you can ask all this, whatever is available, you take it and go. No, they will only say only this much you can do. We are not asking anybody, whoever can do. You are not the only person you are coming. Somebody may somebody may say yes, somebody may say no, they will shout and go back. All those things will happen. We cannot expect them to be in these lines. That is important. So God is testing us whether your norms, are you insisting and are you hating them just because it is not falling in your norm, according to your norm. So that is why Papa used to say it is not a joke. Spirituality is not a joke. It's an uphill task. Every moment the test will come unawares. But we should know that it's a test. And from there we move to the 19th chapter. When dealing with bullies, efforts should be made to bring in the God dimension. Equanimity and outcome of persevering sadhana. Non-violence, even in thought, triumphs ultimately. Love conquers hate. Because when the turn came for Papa, the other man was left. And the ticket examiner was about to do something, but the moment he saw Papa, because in that phase there was no hatred. That particular word. He approached with the other sadhus, of whom Ramdas was the second, with the object of handling them trustfully one by one. Ramdas felt much relieved to see that his turn had at last come. The clerk coming up caught his hand in a firm grasp, looked on his face in which he discovered a most welcome smile. Bright, beaming. At once he let go his hand and drawing himself back a few steps, seemed to have given himself to some thinking. It was Ram who was at work. For next instant, he asked all the sadhus to go out of the station. Accordingly, all the sadhus left the station one by one. Love conquers hate. Yesterday we read, day first we read, the Devta Sarvabhutana. This is not merely reserved for saints or realized souls. We saw that, ordinary people leading family life, professional life, social life, they were about this. So it is possible, this one touches, okay? So when dealing with bullies, the first should be made to bring in the God dimension. Yes, the master has got a master plan of our life. If that word is writ large, it gets stamped in our life. To a very great extent, we get this cushion. The master has got a master plan for my life. Because he has sent me, I have not done anything for my birth. I have not done anything for my body. So it has been given to me. So the giver must have a plan. I was not knowing about all these things, so I thought I must plan. I started planning only because I was not aware that there is a master behind me. To me, I am the planner, I am the decider, I am the enjoyer, I am the sufferer, I am the gainer, I am the loser. But when I am drawn to a saint, the saint says, you are not what you assume yourself to be, and you have not come by yourself. And in our case, Papa says, go to your origin. But that particular word was a very thought-provoking word. Glimpses of divine vision. First, the first chapter. First chapter, first sentence. Go to the origin of your and the world life. To know who you are in reality is the real question. So this is our stepping stone. Initially, when we read, we don't get any idea. As we used to share, when we come and stay for 3 or 4 or 5 days, we spend definitely 1 hour in Papa's Samadhi. Nobody will be there now. So we take this glimpses, it was pocket size. We put it in the pocket. One day, the other one, the speaks, third one is saying. All these things are pocket size. So we take it there and go and start reading, silently reading. Not at a stretch. A few minutes you read, close. Contemplate. We don't get any close. We do protection. Again we come back. We think origin. Later on, when he made us to know, origin means where from I have come. My roots. My parents, beyond that it did not go. And the next step is parents are also want to their parents. When that dawns, that means every parent has got a parent. And then you have shared this for the sake of a newcomer. Then we remember Chinnayanaji's beautiful example of mud and pot. That gave us the opening. Without mud, there cannot be pots. Pots are nothing but mud in different forms. Removal of mud from the pot means nothingness. Therefore, mud is inherent and concurrent in pot. Without cause, there cannot be any effect. Effect is nothing but cause in different forms. Removal of the cause from the effect means nothingness. Therefore, cause is inherent and concurrent in effect. Without a cause, there cannot be any effect. So, me is an effect. My parents are the cause. They are the effect of their parents. They are the effect of their parents. Like that, So there must be a first cause. And Swamiji at that time named as uncaused cause. A cause which is not subject to this cause and effect. Somewhere it should. And later on when we started reading Papa's, going deep into Papa's philosophy, he mentioned it as first cause. It was a great eye-opener. That is where we start. The letter written by Papa. We are saying, O Lord, how graciously pure you are. He is addressing to the Nirguna Nirakara, Nirvikara, Shashvatananda Swarup, but apparently addressed to Shanti Vijay. Indeed, to embrace you is to embrace the whole universe. You are the one immutable, eternal, all-pervading, imperishable truth, beyond name and form, whose nature is pure splendor, bliss and peace. The words are your manifestation. All form, change, and movement are the workings of your infinite Shakti. This manifestation, this Shakti of yours, is your love and Anand. You are Shiva, you are Shakti. You are Saguna, you are Nirguna. You are the motionless, invisible, changeless, all-pervading spirit. You are the moving, visible, changing worlds and universe. You are the one, you are the many. You are the eternal witness of your own play. As witness, you are immortal peace. As player, you are immortal love and Anand. You are all in all. You are beyond Sat and Asat. You are the doer and the non-doer at once. You are the incomprehensible, the inexpressible first cause. You are higher than the highest, more perfect than the perfect, the ultimate, grand, transcendental existence and reality. You are the God of gods. Ramdas is your child, blood of your blood, soul of your soul, being of your being, separate from you in love, one with you in spirit. In the evening, when the second day ended, Mataji said with a smile, this one passage of Papa should be read by every Bhakta daily till he learns the line by heart. It contains the core of Papa's teaching, bringing out both the Nirguna and Saguna aspects of the Ram. To try to enter into the mysterious origin of your and the world life, to know who you are in reality is the real quest. To arrive at this truth, you have to, by a systematized process of thought and discipline, transcend all human limitations set by the body-mind intellect, and then, embarking on the realm of the spirit, realize your immortal, changeless, blissful nature. This constitutes spirituality. So, you are the first class. So, when we do this, go to the origin. Initially, we may be under the impression my origin is different from your origin. Naturally. But we all were privileged to associate with these agricultural operations, plantation, and sowing the seeds and then harvesting it. We have the privilege of doing it. So we know that one seed propagates so many. One seed of ginger, one seed of a chili, one seed of a paddy, like that, one seed, how many it comes? So that means the creativity, the creative element in it brings out multi forms of its own product. That is why it is named as self-propagated. Nothing else is needed. Only a conducive atmosphere has to be provided. So we used to see that, one grain of paddy. First tiller comes, then depending upon your nurturing it and taking care, we have even counted 7, 8, 9 tillers. Healthy one. And each one will have one, what do you call it? Agriculture. Each one will have a bunch of, and each one will have
4 pot of seeds.
It will have 30, 40, 50. And one grain, for example, coffee, we have seen. Coffee, one single seed. One single seed, we put it in the nursery. Powdered cattle manure, dried and powdered cattle manure, sand, and soil. Surface soil. All these things are mixed together. We put it in the nursery bags, then put one seed, one single seed. We have a pandan, watering will be going on. After a month or 2, you will find sprouts. Then carefully bring it up. By 3-4 months, it will be a seed of this size. Then in the next 2 or 3 years, it will be like this. Then we dig a pit, 1.5 into 1.5 1.5 feet, and then remove the subsoil, then plant this, fill it with manure and surface soil, and this particular seed, from the third year, fourth year, or fifth year, economic bearing starts. And we have experimented one single plant gives 5 to 6 4 liter. 40 liter is called 4 liter. That is how we measure. How many seeds? In one cluster there will be 20, 30. Like that, so many clusters in one branch. And it's not giving you for 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, 70 years. One seed. One seed. First class. At that day, we did not know how the first seed came. Only after getting in touch with spiritual preceptor, when we went through Papa's, all these questions started coming. At that time, though we had read Bhagavad Gita, this particular shloka was not becoming at all. We did not pay attention to it. Bijamam Sarvabhutanam only later we knew. I am the eternal seed of everything, Sarvabhutanam. Not only human beings. So without that first cause, nothing can come. Once again, you will read, Mataji said, in the morning, the reading of the book Letters of Swami Ramdas, volume number 1 in Papa's room, Sri Ram had read out Papa's letter to Sri Shanti Vijayji, the jail saint of Papa, Mount Abu. Mataji asked that it be read out to her again in the evening. The letter couched wholly on the highest Advaitic style, extolled the saint in the following terms. O Lord, how gloriously pure you are. Indeed, to embrace you is to embrace the whole universe. You are the one immutable, eternal, all-pervading, imperishable truth, beyond name and form, whose nature is pure splendor, bliss, and peace. The words are your manifestation. All form, change, and movement are the workings of your infinite Shakti. This manifestation, this Shakti of yours, is your love and honor. You are Shiva, you are Shakti. You are Saguna, you are Nirguna. You are the motionless, invisible, changeless, all-pervading spirit. You are the moving, visible, changing worlds and the universe. You are the one, you are the many. You are the eternal witness of your own play. As witness, you are immortal peace. As player, you are immortal love and honor. You are all in all. You are beyond first and assert. You are the doer and the non-doer at once. You are the incomprehensible, inexpressible first class. Because we can't explain. No? It is there. That is why Papa named it as subtle and mysterious power. It is not grass. At the same time, it is there, but we cannot explain what it is. Incomprehensible, the inexpressible first class. You are the higher than the highest, more perfect than the perfect, the ultimate, grand, transcendental existence and reality. You are the God of gods. Ramdas is your child, blood of your blood, soul of your soul, being of your being. Separate from you in love, one with you in spirit. In the evening, when the second reading ended, Mataji said with a smile, this one passage of Papa's should be read by every Bhakta daily till he learns the line by heart. It contains the core of Papa's teaching, bringing out both the Nirguna and Saguna aspects of the Lord. The IQG is not all, that doesn't bring it. Equanimity and outcome of perseverance are. Then Non-violence, even in thought, triumphs ultimately.
Swamiji,
Now,
every time newer points are coming up.
She's saying every time newer points are coming up.
so love can surely conquer hate. Non-violence, even in thought, triumphs ultimately. Non-violence. That means even though the sadhus were beaten out with this, in our language, most painful act. Right? But even then, there was no reaction to violently react. That is the real non-violence. Though we may not be able to translate this into our life, at least we try to understand. Yeah. The purpose of reading these books is to know that yes, even in our thought we do. And we have seen then when we know this, we also see many people behaving like that. Yesterday we saw in the PPT that Baba Suresh, more than 30,000
Snakes.
snakes were saved. 3,000 had beaten. Poisonous snakes. Still he did not feel.
Even Sudhakar.
Baba Suresh.
Even Sudhakar. Vakil. He was slapped. No? Sudhakar Vakil was slapped.
First one. In estates, when we were in the estate, there will be a lot of poisonous snakes. But we have never heard anybody dying out of snake bite there. Because nothing, no insect or anything will be killed in our estate. That is the general rule. So whenever the workers point out that there is a snake there, immediately a snake catcher is there as a worker. He will be immediately called and we have got markas. Then he will go there and he will chant some name and go and catch hold of it and he snap. I have seen my own. Then he will put it in the marka. We will see it, make an opening there, pour some milk, take the vehicle, go to the guard section, slowly break the marka, it passes away. Every time. Even here in the ashram when snakes are found, snake catchers are there, immediately Sundar himself has sent so many to snake park, pythons. Even a cobra was there in her staircase. And she had taken a photo. Stood there and taken a photo there. So when we don't have that violence in our mind, we are free from fear. And somebody, Suresh, no? That's it.
Baba Suresh.
Eh?
Baba Suresh.
No.
Oh, Suresh.
Our-
Pulichal Suresh.
Our, what's his name?
Pulichal Suresh.
Shashi. Shashi will go. Shashi will got an act in plastic bag. And he will
Oh,
go
this
from
bottle he puts.
a bottle. Somehow, and it will be taken out. Leave it somewhere. Nothing will be gained. So non-violence, even in thought, triumphs ultimately. These are all the tangible things. We are just recollecting so many incidents. It is possible. This is how this culture slowly begins to work in our mind. Not reacting at the usual level. Oh, immediately we get now. Then Jansi. Darshan of a saint inspires to extend our service to as many as possible, amidst Vyavaharic activities. Jansi, Jabo. हाँ, चलिए darshan of the same inspires to extend love and service to as many people amidst vyavaharic duties. Dharmshala, thus was meditating, unconcerned of this appearance, the complete resignation to leave the ground. Time was passing. Ram was improved, friends came to him, dropped in his hands to Anapais, suggesting that he might purchase the vegetable. Accordingly, he went and bought some vegetables. Maharaj essayed the desires he would go over to him. Somebody said. So there was a trader or
Mahadev Prasad.
Mahadev Prasad. Then how he looked after him. You know? The moment he saw Papa in a most pathetic condition, ulcerated legs, because of a weak body, very weak. There was no proper food, nothing but cheerful and peaceful. So immediately God arranged enough is enough. Through Mahadev Prasad, he brought him, and then he did not leave him at all. Though he was asked for a meal, he was requested to have a meal at home. Finally, he was staying there for almost a month. He did not leave him. For a month, he was denied by Mahadev with him. Throughout the day and night, he would not give up the company of Ramdas. At his request, Ramdas was explaining to him the meaning of some slogas from the Bhagavad Gita. With the help of the small understanding with which he was gifted by Ram. And Mahadev in return would read out and explain the monumental work of Tulsidas, the Hindi Ramayana. All people in his house were also very hospitable and kind to Ramdas. To prevent any cold affecting the heart of a frail body, Ramdas, Mahadev got a tight woolen jacket made of him. O Ram, how kind of thee, when thou art out to show thy fondness, thou shapen the very human mother who gave birth to Ramdas' body. Such is the unlimited. Yeah, many such things about Mataji also, you know, how she took care of. Darshan of saying, when our subservience to the divine is total, he mysteriously provides everything that is needed. Service, love, seva, etc. When we last year, we said, possessed things not being possessed by him. Suddenly it came to us. Puja Swamiji was in Wayanad for 2-3 months in 1968. So we used to go once in a week stay or something. So when the day of his departure arrived, every day he used to go to Ramani's house and from there telephone to Mataji. Because Swami had a severe headache, so Mataji used to send him during summertime to some hilly place. So Wayanad, they took a newly constructed house was there. There Swami was staying. Food was sent from Ramani's house. So whenever possible, we used to go and stay with him. 68. So on the day of his departure, we also went there. That's when the boy took him to Calicut, and from there Calicut to Kotagiri. So he came there. So suddenly, you know, like an innocent child. How many years have gone now? Still it is so fresh. Swamiji said, oh, what a Mataji gave you 100 rupees. 100 rupees was a big amount in those days, no? Mataji gave 100 rupees, it is still lying here. As if it's a crime. Immediately he goes, changed notes. His brother came forward. Then Swamiji did not even bother to distribute. He distributed it, that's all. So even though the money 100 rupees in 68 is a big amount. At that time, the wage, you know, labor wage, they used to pay 1 rupee 8 annas, no? That means 8 annas are gone. From there, 1 rupee 7 annas now. So it was roughly 1.5 rupees. Roughly 1.5 rupees was the wage, daily wages rate. So at that time, 100 rupees is a big amount, very big amount. And because everything is taken care of wherever we go. So the question of looking at this thing, Madaji at the time of leaving had given this in a cover. And then he says, oh, why amazing. Okay, then I'll carry it. Immediately they shoot him. Possess things not by possessed by. Well, unless it is well rooted, I tell you, 100 rupees is a very big amount. Today is probably 10,000, 15,000 rupees. But no. So these are all the advantages of going through. God has given us opportunity to witness such things. And at that time, it's not right. Now, there's a spiritual dimension behind it. And we need to go through this and find that goal. When someone comes to our aid, be aware that it is God who does so. Reconciling with the withdrawal of external props stabilizes our reliance on internal guidance. Very important point. Normally, we try to have some prop, For anything and everything, we need a support. That is how we have been trained. Right from we used to be in the mother's hand. There we feel secure. Father, friends, like that, employer. Everywhere we find our benefactors. But here, a gentle note, Papa, is unless you shift all these from the external to Him, complete reliance on Him, no external power. When someone comes to our aid, be aware that it is God who does so. Okay? So we don't see another person. Normally it's a tendency. When somebody helps us, we become thankful to him, we say thank you. We become grateful to him. That's a common balance. Okay, perfectly alright. But for a spiritual aspirant, we should see beyond that form. No? God is not doing that particular form. That particular form is relegated. God takes it. So this will come depending upon our progress in spiritual journey. And reconciling with the withdrawal of external props. One by one, suppose we what will happen? Then only our reliance on Him becomes rooted. We hold something, then only we try. A very important point for all of us to ponder over. Not that we may be able to free ourselves from it, but to some extent its hold may get loosened. And if God wills, probably a day come when we will be able to fully rely on Him. Just like how this ashram is being run. Reconciling with the withdrawal of external props stabilizes our reliance on internal guidance. That faith, not faith, trust. That unshakable faith and trust in Him. So we are, none of us have reached it. So we can pray, You have made us to know about this. Why don't you make it a reality in our life? Why are you making our mind to go and catch hold of something and say that this will be good for my rainy days? I have to preserve this for that. Knowing all these things, still we do that. Knowing that you are the benefactor, you are the originator, you are the provider, still at some point I leave it. It is alright for telling to somebody else, not for me. Your money is my money is my money. This is what unknowingly we commit the mistake. So we use it only to, but in my case when it comes, have I been able to reduce the possession? And if at all you make us to possess, do you make me to possess it really? Or you have made me free? He changes his guidance depending upon the needs of the devotee. Papa used to say, he is like a mother watching us. When we needed baby food, she used to give. But when we grow, she does not give the baby food. Food that can be easily digested by us. So that is why he changes his guidance depending upon the needs of the devotee. He also does. Previously, we would have been satisfied with the puja or bhajan or something like that. Then he will say, okay, continue that, but also see me in everything. He slowly introduces us to the hymns, slogas, archanas, and then makes us to find Antaryamini Namaha, Buddha Vasaya Namaha, Buddha Bhavishyat Bhavavarjitaya Namaha, Kalaya Namaha, Kalakalaya Namaha, Kaladalpadavana Namaha, Mrityunjaya Namaha, Amartyaya Namaha, Martya Avayaprataya Namaha, Jiva Dharaya Namaha, Sarva Dharaya Namaha. From the individual to the cosmic level. You are we are asked to do puja, to a sarguna form. But you, through that, he says, now you start applying your mind on that.
Impersonal.
This form was not there before such a year. This form is not there. Now who is supporting? Jiva Dharayana, my life, Sarva Dharayana, everything is supported by who? Like that, we are initiated with the process. So he changes his guidance depending upon the needs of the devotee. Scaling the spiritual height need not bring out uniform behavior. A notion that probably many of us develop that. If you have to scale the height, you should have this outer appearance. No. Outer appearance can be anything, but it doesn't give any idea about the spiritual heights. The way in which he reacts to events in individual, that matters. And Papa, the beautiful three words, spontaneity, simplicity, humility. So many things have been touched in Kingdom. 21, we go tomorrow, meditation, very important point. Tomorrow is
Swamiji,
Saturday. No, Friday.
spontaneity, real Swamiji.
spontaneity means without any thought product, not impulsive. That means without any planning, without any precondition, without any preconceived notions. You just react, that's all. You have been prompted from within to act. There will be zero self-interest. That is spontaneity. Simplicity, innocence, not a calculating mind. And humility, always feeling everything has been given by you. Even this very minute has been given by you. Even this very sound has been given by you. Even the very existence has been given by you. Nothing to call upon you, nothing afraid. simplicity, spontaneity, simplicity, and humility. The more we go deeper into Papa's teachings, everything becomes very clear. Very clear. And he will definitely make us to explore. And we don't have to bother about it. How can we do that? This is our personal experience. By His grace, He will take us to all these, make us to see in life. He will make us to get paraded by different creations who have shown this in their very life. So it is not a theory. It is not a dictum or a dogma. It is the truth, a verifiable truth. Hari Om.
Yes, Swami.
Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om
Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram
Ram Jai Ram Jai